Today, we sit down with no one else but myself, and you get a sneak behind the mind of mine. I will show you a little bit how it works in this brain and explain the journey of comedy content creating we're on. We had a slow start, but we will begin to talk kind of fast. So without further ado, blah 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 blah, enjoy. Thank you. Yeah. We made it. Amazing. We make it. The first with dope love and jokes, not drugs. Just jokes, not drugs. It's an intro song, no copyright, that's wrong. So we making many more. Intro. This though is to tell you before we smoke that pot too fast. This is the Nick Dormer Podcast. Okay. We recorded a podcast, a couple of them, and we recorded things with equipment and intro songs that we didn't write, so I just wanted to do our own intro song so we don't have to worry about being copyrighted. I have made a few podcasts, like I said, with a microphone, and I've come to figure out that technology is kind of difficult to learn, and you need to know how to make it sound crisp. It's not just the equipment, it's the person behind the equipment, it's the motion of the ocean. You already know. Get in the water, you know. It's the motion of the ocean that makes the equipment, it's who's behind it. So this microphone might or may not be working. This microphone, easy equipment, may or may not be on. Or it's the phone microphone. Who knows? We don't know. Who knows? But welcome. Nonetheless, technology has advanced so fast that you can record with a phone and no one will know the difference. If you're just I mean it when I say jokes, not drugs. I'm on it my own journey trying to quit nicotine. My name is Nick. This is the Nick Dormer Podcast, and you're listening to me talk. It's crazy. We listen to people talk. I'm guilty of it. Everyone has something to say, and like sometimes I'm listening. I'm like, maybe there isn't anything left to be said. But then I start thinking throughout my days, and I'm like, actually, I have some shit that I need to say, or maybe that I want to say that's different than what other people are saying, and people listen. So hello to the few people here, quit nicotine, but smoke weed. Weed honestly seems healthy for an adult. For a child, a high schooler, maybe dangerous. For the laziness it could promote. Now, laziness should be feared more than weed should be feared. But if weed causes laziness, then, well, what are we fearing? You know what I mean? I see, my studio has changed a couple times, but I feel like I love making people laugh. I like comedy. I feel like it's my thing I've been doing forever. Even though I just started about a month ago, I started stand-up comedy, a specific form of comedy that I enjoy very much. You get to show up and make people laugh. And it's the only other video I have posted on YouTube as of now, which is really my only other video posted on social media. But I think I'm going to be attacking this social media game. I'm going to give you the plan, what's going down, what's happening with this account and other accounts that I will be creating. The comedy special I released was done during a competition where I chose to wear a chicken costume, and that kind of fucked me over. I should have been talking like, oh, why did I wear a big cock costume the whole time? That should have been the whole bit, but I didn't. So now I'm sitting here to explain that was a comedy special. What you watched before was a comedy special. The next comedy video to go out on my channel will be an open mic special, and then maybe some other comedy specials. But my plan in my head, and I think I talked about this on the one video I have posted on YouTube, was do 3 sets of the same material and then post it. However, after that comedy special was released, I did a set. I didn't kill and I didn't get killed, which I'd rather one or the other, but it was kind of like that. And then I rearranged the material. I didn't video the set that I did after the comedy show, and I did different material. I changed it around. And then that didn't kill and I didn't get killed. So I've done comedy since that comedy special was that first video on YouTube was out. I've done comedy like 4 more times since then. And it's been a different set every time. So I kind of fucked up that plan that I said I was going to do. But nonetheless, I have to release something for you guys and for myself. This is a mutual relationship, something that I learned in Spanish. I'm not a college-educated person, but I know there's a term in chemistry or biology that says, it's mutually beneficial for both parties in this relationship. And merch will be dropping soon, and that merch will be good for you to wear. You know what I'm saying? So it'll be mutually beneficial in the way that I will release probably my next set that I do on what's today? It's Wednesday, May 1st. Is it May 1st? I think it's May 1st. Either way, it's Wednesday. On Thursday is my next open mic, and my next open mic might be the special that gets released. The main promise that I'm giving to you is once a month you'll get a stand-up comedy video that I made, and I can stick to that. If this is released in May, then that means 2 stand-up comedy videos will be released in May. And I can promise that. I'm not saying they're going to be good or great. I'm not saying they're going to make you laugh or cringe. I'm just saying they will be released. 2 videos in May, because April didn't really have a comedy video. But it's the first Nick Dormer podcast. This is a solo podcast. Most of my podcasts will have a guest on the other side. Right now, you're the only guest. So hi. How you doing? How's it? I hope that made the comedy sense. I mean, I don't know what my audience, I feel like my audience on YouTube will be people that I think are not in Hawaii, which is where the podcast is located right now. The podcast is international, and right now I'm in Hawaii. I think the crowd behind the screen watching these videos probably might be all over the place. And how does that makes so it's weird to make sense to everyone when I'm really just talking to myself in a room like a schizophrenic would back in the day. But nowadays it's actually cool to talk to yourself a lot, or just stream and stuff. So I've recorded a couple audio only podcasts that I don't know if they're gonna go out or not. But it's weird. I was like, should I do audio only? The quality's not even that good anyway. Maybe I should just record video too, and that's where we're at now after a couple podcasts. I podcast with other people, and I'll check in with those people to see if we're gonna release those as well. I really like surfing, so hopefully I'll have a lot of surfing content going out within the next couple months. It's summer in Hawaii, which means the South Shore is lighting up with swells and rising swells, good waves coming through, which means we could get some surfing videos out because I live on the South Shore. I live Honolulu area in Oahu, so hopefully we could get some really cool surfing videos out. We're gonna get all different kind of videos, but mainly the podcast will be me and another person and I conversating to each other. So there's a lot of things I've already said on the solo podcast. I every time I do a solo podcast in like the last month or two, I'm like, this is the one that everyone's gonna see. So I've said a lot of things on those, and now that I'm really gonna post this one, I know I'm forgetting things that I already feel like I said, but I didn't say because they didn't get released on YouTube, which goes for a lot of. I have videos made, all different types of videos made that haven't been posted, but I also like to enjoy life, and I think sometimes doing the content part makes you enjoy life a little less, but honestly that's debatable because sometimes doing the video produces more action in life or sometimes not. But it's like if I focus too much on the video part, then I lose out on like the real life part, which is so enjoyable and the moment that you have. But is the moment even real anymore nowadays? It's like, does the moment even exist if it wasn't if it wasn't for the gram, then is it even for the land or whatever? You know what I mean? It's weird. Now in 2024 with that, but it's also really cool time to be alive because I feel like there was always pedophiles in the world in like all the years before this one, but now in 2024 you actually know who they are, so we can like fuck them up, you know what I mean? But I don't want to get too conspiratorial before I get a fan base and I start making money through doing this, which I will be getting paid to talk. It's a crazy thing. Just being paid to do what you do is pretty crazy, which is why this time is so awesome. 2024, big election year, but we're not going to get too political right now. This is just that first podcast for you guys to see what's going on. I gave you the YouTube plan when it comes to the comedy. I have some other videos in the works that I didn't get too specific about, but the comedy thing I think I was pretty transparent on. If not, leave a comment and like ask a question, I'll answer it. I don't know. I'm thinking about buying beer koozies, and the profit margin on this is crazy. Feel free to take this idea in whatever way you want, but beer koozies, very cheap, 45 cents a koozie, and maybe put my number on it and sell the beer koozie with my number and like maybe a funny joke on the beer koozie after every time I do an open mic, so that you could have my number and then call me with a question or something. But the beer koozie is merch. It's the merch that we're talking about is mutually beneficial. Not only will you be supporting me and benefiting me, but you will be benefiting you and your beer that will be cold instead of warm. Because who wants a warm beer? Maybe like Odell Beckham. You remember that? He liked to get peed on. That's why I said Odell Beckham. Odell Beckham Jr. is a football player that I remember for some reason wanted to get peed on a while ago. But sex is crazy. Sex is pretty much the only thing that this whole life thing is about anyway. Is to procreate and to to genetically win and everything. That's kind of what every other animal is serious about and what we are probably most serious about. So everyone has their own kinks and stuff. We're not going to get too kinky yet. Like I said, I just want to be clean. I'm trying my best to be clean as can be to start. Jokes, not drugs. But weed is a plant. My hands look like this because I surf a lot. And I sometimes like to, if I'm in the water and I'm like teaching a surf lesson, I'm pushing people on the waves, I think that's where this palm, whatever. If you guys notice that, that's my explanation. I love surfing. Just good vibes on this channel. It's just what I'm doing to be something in this world. Don't be a loser. Not to be a loser. You're not a loser. You're just a person that's growing up and figuring out what God wants and what you want. God is real. God is important. Praise Jesus. There's a lot, everyone's addicted to something. No one's addicted to nothing. If weed's the thing you're addicted to, it's not the worst. Like I said, laziness is the thing to fear. Discipline is what we need. I feel it. I'm lazy sometimes and I don't have to be. It's like with what I feel like sometimes I'm just eating too much. That's a problem sometimes. And that makes you a little complacent and satisfied, but that's not good. That's what you want to kind of stay away from. This is the studio for today. I was thinking about doing it in the closet, but we are not in the closet. We're not in the closet studio. We're not in the studio in my closet. We're in the podcast table studio where I have recorded a couple podcasts right here at this location, specifically right here. And I was supposed to wear these glasses to try to act cool when I was like, these memories that flood on in, the energy bus running quick, and we are something big to see. I don't know. I wanted to wear the glasses, sing the intro song, and then take them off, but you get the point. We're not cool. We're weird, but weird and cool are identical twins that got separated at birth or something like that. I didn't really write too many jokes for this podcast, but it's kind of off the rip. There's some things I'm forgetting. It's okay. You're cool. Thanks for making it this far. I didn't want to keep it too long. I was thinking 20-25 minutes, and we're nearing the 20-25 minute mark just because it's a solo, not because I can't go longer. If I want to go long, I can go long. But it being the first one and my viewers being probably my little cousins and stuff, shout out to my little cousins. I love you guys. And my older cousins and bigger, and my friends and my teachers and anyone who's watching. But I mean, it's not going to be so many people watching it, so I don't need to go for an hour. If it's not people that might see this and not be someone I personally know, I don't want to keep it too long for them. If it was just a video maybe that was sent to someone, then maybe I would keep it longer. But because there might be new people that come across this video, maybe I don't want to keep it that long because of that, maybe. One thing I think is cool is if you can test this out, you can figure it out. I might make a video about it. If you have a guitar that has a backpack, a guitar case, and you strap it on and you walk downtown, whatever your city is, whatever Friday nights has the clubs, if you start walking around where the clubs are with the backpack on and the guitar in it, people will hand you money. They will pay you just because you wore the backpack. That's true. And if you, so it's money is a weird thing, is what I'm saying. Money is coming to me. Money is coming to you. It's mutually beneficial. Broadcast, long last, podcast, Horton, Nick, Dormers, podcast. It's rough, man, to be the first video, but for you and I, we'll be all right. First podcast was rough, but that's the thing, they're gonna be rough, like, which is what kind of stopped me from posting before. One of the other things that stopped me from posting is because the first time you do something, it's normally a little rough, and that goes for anything. The first time, except for the first time I had sex, because it was just stupid. We're gonna cut that out. We're gonna leave that out. I'm just kidding. We're gonna keep it in, but I know it's funny to leave something in that I said was going to be cut. This is all one take straight through. You know me. I'm being transparent as I can be. These are not going to be edited out. These stupid jokes that I'll look back and cringe and think are corny, they're going to stay in. This is the first podcast like it is. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking around. Stay up, spread love, have fun. This is the dope, smoke, jokes, not drugs. That's what I was trying to say. Jokes, not drugs. Woo! The Nick Dorman Podcast. Thanks for watching.